welcome to this BSpoke lighting event. My name is Francesca and I am the editor of Icon magazine, and I'm thrilled to be joined today by Lucy Cordova, the creative director of Brokis. Thank you for joining us. So I'd love to share a little bit of the story behind Brokis and how it was founded with the audience. There's a lovely story behind the genesis of the brand, its factory in the Czech countryside, and its mission to revive Bohemian glassblowing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I joined Brokis at 2010, but some years before I met Brokis, Mr. Abel, the owner of Glassworks in Janstein, and Brokis was actually doing something completely else. He was in the bank sector and he was an entrepreneur. And he found out about this investment. So he had nothing to do with glass first, but he completely fell in love when he found out what is behind. And he bought the Glassworks. And it took him several years to go back and forth to Italy and to learn about glass and about the furnaces. And this is how he developed like his own unique production. When the world crisis came into the picture, he started to realize his vision and plan to create his own company with a unique portfolio. So first he was blowing pieces and volumes for other brands, but during the crisis it seemed that the world's leading companies started to have problems, serious problems, and it was the right moment, maybe the opportunity to start his own company. So it was not an easy start, but he actually managed, and he realized that he would like to work with designers and to create something proper. Something that will last and will have a value.
And the Glassworks is in the middle of the countryside, is that right? Can you describe the setting for the company?
Yeah, exactly. Usually the Glassworks were set up or started where you had enough woods, like the wood is very important, wood and water for the Glassworks. And so it's in the real forest. You have to go 2 hours out of Prague to reach this Glassworks. And so for Mr. Abel, it was kind of a big deal to change the capital. So he needed to move out to be closer to the company. And well, since he wanted to be there every day, he needed to move to Jihlava, which is not far from the Glassworks. So you go like in a fairy tale to the woods, and then at the end of the village, you actually see the Glassworks.
I've read about the long tradition of glassblowing in Bohemia, and Brokis was established as a way to revive that tradition. Do you think enough of the world knows about the rich history of glassblowing in Bohemia, and how is Brokis trying to support that?
I think it's really world-known tradition, and nowadays I can see it everywhere in the world. When I used to travel a lot before the pandemic situation, people really knew, surprisingly, a lot about the glass in the Czech Republic and how precious it is. And Mr. Abel really had the dream, like the vision to maintain, to cherish the glass. And I found my love to the glass as well when I got to know it. There was a lot of people, like maybe 80 people working in the glass factory. And it was very hard for the glass factory to close the manufacturing and to dismiss all the people. So I would say that Mr. Abel wanted to first survive and to save the factory. Like, maybe of course the dream was the vision was to cherish the tradition, of course, but first he needed to save the factory to survive the hard times during the crisis. And it was super challenging to launch his own company in these hard times. So I would say when I met him in 2010, he was a strong personality, determined one, and I know that I can find a really great partner, like for the business and for design, like to achieve something big.
As you mentioned, you joined Brokis in 2010 as a designer, and I believe you started out with the muffin and balloon collections. Can you tell us a little bit about those designs and about how your designs and the brand has evolved over the last 11 years?
Back then I was based in Paris, so it was funny enough for me that I got this chance to create new designs for the Czech brands, which was in Janstein. So I came back from Paris to meet Mr. Abel and to talk about the new opportunity. And I work with one colleague, Dani Effet, in Paris. So we started like the first 2 years working together. And we presented a couple of designs in the first batch to Brokis. And muffins was the very first collection, which was presented later in 2010 during Design Block Fair, and got a lot of attention and a lot of success. First on the Czech ground, but right after we were asked by Galerie Ben Simon to present it in Paris at Maison et Objet and also in their gallery. And it was quite an amazing occasion for us to show the collection. And after in Milano, there was a big boom. Like everyone who would see the muffins wanted to represent Brokis. And so it was really like a great starting point with the large volume glass in combination with wood. It was just like a great idea back then. And 1 year later, we launched the balloon collections, which has kind of a similar effect, thank God. So after three first collections, we started to collaborate much closer. I flew back to Czech much often, and I started to work as an art director or creative director with Brokis. They just started, so it was really a cool collaboration, startup, and everything was very new. Like Brokis was full of energy, I was really full of energy, and we really had great experiences together.
Brilliant. And can you talk a little bit about how the brand aims to strike the right balance between traditional craftsmanship and contemporary design, and what the sort of sources of inspiration are for the lights?
Of course, when we start a new design or a new proposal, myself or another designer, I think the best start is to go to the glass factory and to experience it on your own skin, to have a first understanding what the glass blowers are capable of, what are the restrictions, because with one of my first designs, I wanted to create much bigger balloon, and then of course they made me understand that there is a certain weight of glass, there are limits in dimension. So I was very new in this craftsmanship, and that was so exciting. And I think for everybody who enters the glass works nowadays in the modern world, full of internet and all the modern technology, suddenly you go back to the woods, to the glass factory, and you experience something totally different, something pretty much original, which you really want to cherish, and you really fall for it. And then when you have this understanding, then you can combine it with your great idea, with a new concept, which might be like super contemporary, but you have to make a symbiosis with the understanding what's possible in the glassworks.
And there's been innovation recently in the brand. Last year, you launched your first outdoor collection, Bombori. Was it always the brand's vision to branch out into outdoor lighting? And what are your plans for future outdoor collections?
Yes, we had it as one of the goals already a couple of years. However, we were waiting for the best timing to launch the first collection. And Fumi Shibata, she's an architect, and also she understood pretty much how we can integrate the outdoor collections into the project. And the market was ready for it. And we launched this first design successfully last year. And now, in the pipeline, we have other collections also, like extensions of the current collections, such as Knot collection, which is also battery powered, Fandom from Chiaramonte Marin, Ivy collection, which exists also as a table version and a floral version, but now we have a battery version as well. And the Sfera collection, which was launched last year as a universal sphere made for projects in opal and gray glass. So now it comes out also in April as a battery-powered light.
And in April, as you mentioned, you're also launching the Ivy battery-powered light. Right. Can you describe that a little bit and tell us how designing for battery-powered lights is different and what it enables?
Yes, I call it a nomad light, since you can take it and move it from one place to another. So it's easy to use. You can use it inside, but also outside in the restaurant or on the terrace as you want. The main idea to enable a person to use the light and its atmosphere wherever you want. It's touch operated, and you can simply touch it wherever on the metal construction. It has got 3 levels of light brightness. You can have like a low atmosphere, very cozy, but you can also push it to its maximum. The light lasts up to 6 hours, and then you can plug it into the electricity by USB, or you can use induction.
Obviously, the last year has been very challenging for everyone. How has the brand navigated the pandemic and its effects? I saw that Brokis launched a special virtual villa to help people engage with products remotely. Can you tell me a bit about that?
The villa project has started much earlier than the pandemic came, actually. So luckily for Brokis, we already prepared the scenario, or we prepared the ground for this project. But then when the COVID situation came into the picture, we enhanced, or we forced it happen much earlier. And it's happened to be the right tool for the situation. And Brokis wanted to show the best setups, or the best lighting compositions, which the viewer cannot see right now at all at any fair. Me personally, I think you will agree with me that the light needs to be experienced in real. Well, but it's hard nowadays. So I think that at least this tool can show you the atmosphere during the day and the nights, and you can enjoy 10 collections, well, maybe more. So we wanted to show the possibilities of each collection, the variety of the collection, and also that Brokis is able to create also bigger bespoke installations.
And finally, just thinking ahead to the rest of 2021, what are your hopes for the brand and the recovery from the pandemic?
Well, my hopes are that the world will slowly come where we stopped. I mean, come back to normal. Well, my wishes for the brand are to be able to show the products. We do it for people. We do it for real places, for real projects, and I really cannot wait to be on the spots, to present it to larger amount of people, to go back to the fairs. Yeah. And I wish Milano will happen this year, and if not, hopefully we will find some platform how to well, how not to be online, how to see each other again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope to see you at an event then in person.
Yeah, true.
Thank you so much for that. That was great.
Thank you very much.